The air is a lie. It fills the lungs but offers no strength. It is a ghost meal that leaves the body starving. Each breath is a debt, paid for with a frantic hammering in the chest and a fire in the throat. This is the roof of the world, a place not meant for things that breathe. The clan did not choose this ascent. They were driven, pushed from the crowded, fertile lowlands by the clever, gracile newcomers who multiplied like locusts. Here, there are no rivals. There's only the wind, the rock, and this thin, treacherous air. They are archaic humans, a people known to the deep past as Denisovans. They are broad minus chested, heavy minus bone, built for the cold, hard forests of the north. But they were not built for this. The strongest hunter, a male who could once carry a butchered deer for half a day, now stumbles after a dozen steps. A strange fog clouds his mind, and his vision swims. He leans on his spear, gasping, his body a battlefield between his powerful muscles and his oxygen minus starved blood. This invisible enemy has a name, hypoxia. It is a sickness of the sky itself. The children are the first to truly suffer. Their small bodies have no reserves. They lie listless, wrapped in heavy hides, their lips stinged with blue. A mother holds her youngest child against her skin, a desperate attempt to share a warmth that is already failing. She looks to the clan's leader, an old female, her face a mask of confusion and fear. Her old knowledge is useless here. The spirits of the forest, the signs of the hunt, the wisdom of the seasons, none of it prepared them for, and that actively tries to suffocate them. Their journey is a testament to the raw, stubborn refusal to die that is the hallmark of all human ancestors. They are a slow, dying river flowing uphill. During the day, the sun is a merciless, unsheltered glare that burns the skin and eyes. At night, the temperature plummets, a cold so profound it feels like a physical presence, trying to leach the last of the heat from their bones. Their tools, crude stone scrapers and choppers from the Middle Paleolithic, are adequate for butchering the scarce, hardy animals they manage to trap. But they offer no defense against the air. The clan huddles together for war. A small island of fading life in an ocean of hostile geology. They have escaped the teeth of their own kind only to be suffocated by the empty arms of the sky. The fourth day brings the first death. It is the child, the one held so tightly by its mother, who does not cry out, but simply stops breathing. A small candle extinguished by a wind too vast to notice. There is no ritual, no time for grief. The mother wraps the body in a hide and places it in a shallow crevice, covering it with stones. It is a gesture of profound love in a world that has no room for it. This is the stark reality of prehistoric life. The dead are a weight the living cannot carry. The clan is unraveling. The hypoxia is no longer just a sickness. It is a solvent, dissolving the bonds of community. Two males begin to fight over a strip of dried meat. A clumsy, pathetic scuffle that ends with both of them collapsing, gasping for air, the fire. The heart of any human group dwindles to embers. No one has the strength or the will to gather the sparse, frozen scrub needed to feed it. Their survival skills, honed over millennia in the lowlands, are useless against an enemy they cannot see or fight. Only the old female, the matriarch, seems to hold the threads of her mind together, while the others sink into a lethargic stupor. A strange clarity burns within her. It is an unseen, unremarked accident of her blood, a subtle efficiency in the way her body uses the thin air. It is a genetic whisper, a random mutation that, tens of thousands of years later, science would identify as the EPAS1 gene, the key to life at the root of the world. For her, it is not science. It is simply the ability to think while her world dies. And in that clarity, a memory surfaces. A story told by her grandmother. A tale from a time before the tall mountains. She remembers the words. A ghost of a voice by a long minus dead fire. When the world freezes, find the mountain that bleeds. It breathes a warm spirit, and the ground is never cold. It was a children's story, a myth, but now it is the only map she has. She rises, her movements slow but deliberate. She walks to the strongest remaining hunter, the one who fought over the meat, and pushes a piece of her own meager share into his hand. She does not use gestures. She meets his eyes, her gaze holding an intensity that cuts through his hypoxia fog. Then, she turns and points with her chin towards a distant, giant peak, one whose slopes seem darker, less covered in snow than the others, the Bleeding Mountain. It is a terrible choice. To stay certain, snow death, to follow the ghost of a story is a gamble of their last, flickering energy. It is a journey of faith into the heart of a killing landscape. But her certainty is a fire, the only one they have left, run by run. The survivors of this chapter of human evolution struggle to their feet. They leave the dead behind and become a ragged line of desperate hope, following an old woman who is chasing a dream. The journey is a walk through the underworld. Every step is an act of will. The wind is a razor, flaying the skin from their faces. The matriarch leads, not with strength, but with a relentless, forward motion. She follows a logic born of her ancestor story, seeking out the dark rock, the places where the snow is thinnest. It is a form of paleontology of the living landscape, searching for the bones of a warmer, more forgiving earth. They find the first sign not with their eyes, but with their feet. The ground, perpetually frozen for days, suddenly feels different. There is a give to it, a lack of the iron minus hard resistance. A few paces further, and a wisp of steam curls up from a fissure in the rock. It is the mountain's breath, just as the story promised. A low, collective moan of disbelief and relief rises from the clan. They press their faces to the warm rock, a small, profound miracle in the heart of the great cold. The mountain is not a place, but a network of geothermal vents. They find a shallow cave, its floor warm to the touch, its entrance shielded from the wind. Hot water, rich with a metallic tang, doubles up into a small pool. For the first time in weeks, they are warm. For the first time, they drink their fill. This is a sanctuary, a cruel mercy offered by the very geology that is trying to kill them. Around this small island of warmth, they find a lithic scatter, the discarded stone flakes of a people who were here long before. They are not the first to find this place. The story the matriarch followed was a map, passed down through generations. But the sanctuary is also a crucible. The warmth and water solve one problem, but the thin air remains. The clan settles into a new, grim reality. The weakest among them, those most ravaged by the hypoxia, do not recover. They have found warmth, but their bodies are too broken to make use of it. One by one, over the coming weeks, they fade, their breaths growing shallower until they stop.
Side by side,
there is a quiet, heartbreaking altruism in their final days, as they push their share of the scarce food towards the children, a final investment in a future they will not see. The survivors are the ones who share the matriarch's hidden gift. Their bodies, through a random roll of the genetic dice, are better equipped for this world. The mountain is not just giving them shelter, it is choosing them. It is an act of brutal, accelerated adaptation. They have lost more than half their number, but a new kind of human is being forged in this high-altitude sanctuary, a people whose very blood has been remade to survive at the top of the world. They have not conquered the mountain, they have been conquered by it, and in that surrender, they have found the key to their own endurance. The people of the Bleeding Mountain survived. Their descendants, carrying that precious genetic anomaly, would go on to populate the high plains, becoming the true pioneers of the Tibetan plateau. This was not a story of heroic conquest, but a filtration of a species being strained through the sieve of an impossible environment. The dead were not failures, they were the price of admission. The study of our own anthropology reveals this truth again and again. We are a species defined not by our strengths, but by our ability to endure our weaknesses. The Denisovans, as a distinct people, would eventually vanish from the earth, but their bloodline did not. That miraculous adaptation. The EPAS1 gene forged in the crucible of the high plateau was passed into the lineage of modern Homo sapiens. Today, millions of people who live and thrive at high altitudes carry the ghost of that matriarch and her starving clan within their very cells. They are a living testament to a ghost story, a map that lead not just to a warm cave, but across the unforgiving terrain of evolutionary time. We are all, in some way, the children of those who followed a desperate dream,